Hey there, I'm Lorraine Moselle from One Story House, and this is my intro to introduce myself to AuthorTube, though I honestly thought I had when I joined YouTube 3 months ago. I thought all I had to do was show up, but evidently, which I just found out, there's a step you have to go through. You have to do an AuthorTube Newbie tag video. Okay. So I'll play along. I don't like to follow in everybody else's footsteps, but let's see what happens, shall we? Let's do the questions. Let's just dive right in. What made you want to be a part of AuthorTube? Okay, that one's easy. I am an aspiring author, a late blooming one at that, and I have been writing since I was a little kid, and since I was a teenager, dreamed of becoming a writer. And in fact, I thought that if I hadn't become a writer, a published writer, by the time I was 40, then I might as well hang up my hat. Well, that didn't happen. So now, at almost 57, I'm giving it a go. Now, officially, I started writing in earnest to try to get published about 5 years ago. 4 years ago, somewhere there. I have lost track. And if you get to know me on my channel, you'll understand why I lose track of time. Okay, but moving on. But the main reason I joined is I want to have a sense of community. I need that. I want to be connected to other writers, other creatives, other people who have lived life a little or want to live life a little, and want to connect with others for empathy, for encouragement, just to hang out, have fun, talk about nonsense, talk about books, talk about their own writing, stuff like that. That's what will make me really excited to continue on year after year on AuthorTube and on YouTube in general. Okay? Question 2. What do you write, and where are you currently in your writing journey timeline? Okay, what do I write? Well, initially, I thought I wrote upmarket women's fiction. Though I don't like the term women's fiction, it seems honestly very exclusive. I mean, what man wants to pick up a book that's labeled women's fiction? I mean, some, I'm sure, but I feel like that's just shutting a door on the other half of the population, and then some. So why do that? So when I ran my book through my manuscript software, Pro Writing Aid, it has a function where it can do a beta reader for you, AI version of course, and also a total breakdown of giving you the ins and outs of your writing and so forth. It's actually very good. It told me, you write Southern Gothic. Well, that had never, ever crossed my mind, because my dealings with Southern Gothic literature was scant at best. So I started reading more Southern Gothic. Even on this channel, I started reading more Southern Gothic, trying to decide whether or not that actually was my genre. So I will say that my writing is Southern Gothic-esque. I don't want to totally put that big umbrella over me, because I don't want to equate myself to the classics and great writers and so forth. So I'll just say esque, okay? And where am I currently? I am currently about to self-publish my first novel. And I'll mean first by my first. That is actually in a poll. I have 2 books that I've written, and I'm currently asking viewers to weigh in on which one should go first. So when I say first, I mean debut, okay? So my debut novel hopefully will be out May 4th of this year. And that's where I'm at, because I just received my last rejection from a literary agent for my full manuscript. I'd had a few of those. This was the last one that I was waiting on. So they all liked my writing, all said I had a future, all turned me down. So it's okay. Moving forward. or also forward to number 3. What can viewers expect from your videos? Wow. Maybe you should ask a viewer. I don't know. I hopefully I want viewers to expect heart, laughter, maybe some tears here and there. I wish they would not expect that. I'd rather not have that part, but it could be there. But I guess just reality, okay? To respect that I'm going to show up and tell them what's going on, honestly, as honestly as I can. So, because I want people to be able to connect with me, I want to be able to connect with my viewers, and we can't do that if we keep putting walls up, okay? So that's what I feel like, and that's what my writing is kind of geared around too, is talking about the shallowness of the world, how people just can't seem to get past their own walls to reach out to someone else and connect with each other on a less superficial level than I think most people connect on. So, number 4, who is this channel for? Initially, I thought this channel was going to be for late blooming writers, but because I'm a late blooming writer, but not right. Okay, let me back up a little bit. Not a late blooming writer, a late blooming author. And the distinction here, a writer, anybody can write. You pick up a pen, you write with intent, creative intent. For the most part, of course, you could be a writer and have nonfiction. That's not necessarily creative intent. But to be an author, I see that as someone who is published. So that's what I'm looking to be. So this channel I thought was going to be for late blooming, aspiring authors. But when I started getting comments back, I saw, hey, there are more than writers on here. There are more than writers who are over the 40 over the 40 hill there. I didn't word that very well. So yeah, anyhow, moving on. And so I'm saying now it's more just for anybody who wants to just hang out with me. I had a mentor when I was a teenager. She was my mom's best friend, and even though she was my mom's age, I didn't look at her as like, oh my gosh, why do I want to hang out with this woman? She's so much older than I am. But I loved hanging out with her. She had so many great stories, and she had so many degrees and so much to say, and she was so smart, and I'm not equating myself to her. No, I'm not equating myself to Jackie. No, Jackie, I'm not trying to do that. But knowing that she spent all that time with me, encouraging me, helping me stay in college when I was ready to tap out, all of these things, I want to be that for young people to some degree, or a big degree, whatever, because that's what she was for me. And for people who are late blooming, aspiring authors, I want to, encourage and talk and give our woes and our, the wins and all of that, and to share what works for me. I like to hear what works for them, that kind of thing. So that's where I'm at. And for people who, for people who just need encouragement, period, tune in. You don't have to be aspiring author. You don't have to be in the creative fields at all. I mean, why? People are people. Do I have to hang out with people who are just like me? Oh, I hope not, because I hang out with myself enough already. Okay, I'm pretty isolated here, and I'll talk about that just one second here. I am a mother to my youngest son has a mother to a son with autism. My youngest son has severe autism with psychosis, and it's quite the challenge. And so I don't get out of the house much. I'm here most of the time, so having people comment and have these conversations, even if they aren't face-to-face, it warms my heart, it does me good, it helps me through the day. Okay? what is your primary goal for this community? Well, I think I kind of summed that up already. But my goal is to make more and more connections and with people, the people that I mentioned already. And also, I want to start connecting, having bridges to connect other new channels, AuthorTube channels, to each other. You know, there's a lot of us out there evidently, and maybe we haven't quite found the writing community yet that we click with. So I'm trying to fill that gap, because when I looked on AuthorTube, I didn't really see anyone my age. Okay, and actually when I did, and I was all excited, I clicked on it, and they were already long gone. Their content was, you know, almost a year old. They had stopped. They had thrown in the towel, I guess, and that's unfortunate. I don't know what, you know, what became of them, but their channels are no longer active. So I almost tapped out myself a little while ago, so I can understand that. But my viewers encouraged me to keep moving forward, and that's what I'm doing, and I'm enjoying it. Last question. What is the one thing you want people to know about your writing journey? Whew, okay. Maybe I should have looked at this before, studied this more about what I was going to say. But the one thing, that's a toughie. One, it's not like they show in the movies. It's nothing like that, where you just, oh yeah, I'm typing away, done, toss it, yes, now it's time to be published. It's nothing like that. It is a chore at times. It totally is. Now, not the writing part. I love, love, love to write. I don't like to edit. Some people do. I do not. It's a huge chore for me. I see that as work. The writing is play for me. It's fun. It's therapy. Big T on the therapy part. And I adore it. But all of the other stuff that you never see, the querying process, that was a total, I wouldn't say nightmare, but it goes on and on and on and on and on and on. Oh my word, it lasted forever. And finally, it's over. I'm done. I'm relieved, actually, to be able to do the self-publishing end of things instead of traditional. Traditional, I chose that route initially because I wanted it to I felt like I kind of needed validation about my writing. Am I good enough? And when I had a few people ask for a full manuscript, they gave me some feedback, I'm like, okay, that's fine, good, all positive, good to go. So I don't feel like I need traditional publishing anymore. I feel like I got what I needed out of that, and onward to self-publishing. That's a huge learning curve also, but I do like the idea of being in control. I get to use my background in all things creative. I used to draw, paint, do textile kind of art with plaster, etc., and act. I loved acting in high school and college. Especially improv, love improv, and I want to use all of that. And I have a background in education, in the sense that I have a degree in middle grades education. I was going to teach English and science, and so I like to put my English part to use for editing, though I don't really like that part, like I said before. But yeah, so if you're looking for a home on YouTube, on AuthorTube, for someone just to hang out with and talk about this and that, and especially about writing. And I plan on, and I have done this already, if you check out my channel, you'll see, I have some of my older stuff. I've moved away from that, but a lot of my older stuff is more what I thought I was supposed to be doing, and now I'm just doing what I want to be doing, okay? So, whatever I want for the day. It's a lot more fun. It's a de-stressor for me to do it that way, and I'm still learning how to edit and all that jazz. So I hope you stay tuned. Hang out with me for a little while. I've enjoyed this. Thank you so much, and I'll see you later. Come for a visit at One Story House. Bye-bye.